Okay, today we have my Trident Maple. We're going to repot it, mainly because I want it in a slightly smaller, one of those white smaller pots, so that I can save room on my bench. Because this will sit in a space that would two of those would take up, where this would take up less than that space, but I couldn't put anything else with it, so it would essentially take up the space of two of the white ones. So I don't really need this big of a pot for it. These were just ones I had bought before I found the white ones. I'm not as fond of these. These aren't as easy to carry like the white ones are. The white ones have handles on them. These just have a lip, and I've even ripped this lip here. So first though, I'm going to do some trimming on it, pruning on it, because it does need a little bit of pruning. We are basically letting it grow, but it does need some stuff cut off of it. First of all is this branch, and mainly because it comes off weird, and then it's got a bulge starting at the base of it, so it doesn't look that good. So we are just going to completely take that one off. That one broke a little more than. See if I can clean that up a little bit. See, it didn't quite cut like it should have. And we're going to get a little bit over here, so this will heal better. That. And I will put paste on that later at the end, because I don't want to put paste on it now, as it would it could get messed up when in the repotting. Now this is my apex up here, and that will be my apex. I don't know how much further I'm going to grow it, but for now we're growing it because we are trying to thicken this up a bit. It's going to still be a rather small tree. It's not going to be a huge tree. I cut it here, which has healed up nicely from last year. I cut off the old leader. This is the new leader. What we're going to do, this branch is just growing funny. We're going to cut that branch off like that, and we're going to look at the rest of this. We got two branches coming out on either side of each other. Don't need both those branches. This branch kind of gets in the way of this branch, and I want to keep this branch for now. This branch works better, I think, than that one, and it's a little smaller. Seeing we don't know where this tree's going yet, I will take the bigger one off here. Just clean that up a little bit in the back. And I'll put cutting paste on that too. Now I just want to trim back and cut this piece off that was dead. I'm cutting it before. I'm not going to touch the. I want this to grow, so I don't think I'm gonna. Now I'm gonna clip some of this back. Just clip these back for the start of this season. I don't know, I will keep that for now. And we'll clip this back a little bit. That's got dead on it. That's a little bit of dead dieback on that. I'm thinking about removing this. I don't know. No, I'm going to remove the lower branch because that T-bar, there's 2 branches there. So, we get around here. That takes care of that. Clean that up a little bit. Okay, and that is all we're going to do for pruning. Yeah, this branch is a little bit of a lot. I'm going to see if I can get this cleaned up a little more here. That looks better. Had to buy a new pair of these because I chipped the edge of them. Well, no, they were all old and I need to do 2 pair anyways. It's nice to have an old pair to cut roots if you need them. And they had kind of not been taken care of for years, so they weren't in the greatest shape. Next, we're going to repot. Now, I do know this had lots of roots growing out the holes at the bottom last year, so it did really good. Now this was one that I did repot because it was in a smaller thing into a bigger thing and didn't touch the roots, so I wasn't affecting it too much at the time. It was a little on the late side to repot it, but I didn't want it in the root bound in that pot all summer, so I put it into this without affecting the roots too much. I think I might have split them so they would have grown out a little bit, and that was about it. Split them a little bit. So we'll get into that next. I'm thinking I have to tip this over like this. Now this had 2 different mixes of soil. This had my old mix and my newer mix in it together. Okay, now I gotta clip the wires. I did have this one tied into the thing because of the way the roots were. Okay. Yeah, this had 2 different things because I ran out halfway through potting this, so I had to use the newer mix on top, which they weren't that much different. So let's start. Okay, here are the 2 wires. Oh yeah, these roots grew out nicely. Okay, you can see here this has got more soil-like dirt than the substrate that you typically use in bonsais. And that was where the original thing, it was in a little tiny, maybe 2 inches by 2 inches pot it came in. probably what it was started as a cutting. I know these were a lot of the ones I got from this place were cuttings. The Korean hornbeam was a cutting. The 2 Japanese maples were cuttings. The crabapple I have is a cutting. Yeah, I know those were. This stuff's coming out pretty good here. Yeah, this grew nice roots. Okay, let's get some of these really long roots off. To get started with. Okay, now I'm going to rinse the roots off before going any further, so I'll do that off camera. Okay, let's see what we got in here for roots. We'll start looking at the roots good. Okay, now the problem with these roots is a lot of them go straight down because of the way they were in the pot before I got it. Oh man, that's a big tangle of roots there. So this is gonna have to be cut out here. There's no way I can get that loose. And I'll cut here. I want those to grow a little more. Let's see if I can pull some of these out. Not yet. Okay, there's some of these roots getting out of here now. Okay. Man, these are tangled. These were very tangled in that smaller pot. These are a mess. I'm gonna have to watch. I'm gonna have to keep some of these for now because I can't take all these roots off. I don't want to leave this tree without any roots. We're just gonna have to work with this. We'll have to repot this next year. and do some work with it. But I want to get some of these worst contenders out of here. Let me get something else to work on. Okay. Got my old branch cutters I use for root pruning. I think we got a whatchamacallit in here I gotta get out. Taproot. Yeah, that's what we got in here too. Okay, I don't dare cut off any more than that. That's more than I wanted to cut off. That kind of had to go. We will leave not optimal roots, but just trim these back. And we'll hope it does all right. Okay, I forgot to record me wiring it into the pot, but I have it wired in because it doesn't have enough roots to really hold it in without wiring, and I just have to cover up the roots with soil. And we're going to cover I'm going to cover the trunk a little on the high side from the roots for now. Like I had it before. I shouldn't have to get any voids out because it didn't have enough roots to really worry about getting the soil into the roots. And that should do that. Okay, here we have my cut paste, and I'll just put a little bit on the 2 branches I cut off. The one I have it's like the consistency of toothpaste. I like this stuff. I found it from another YouTuber that used it. I'll figure out the name or the link. I got it off of Amazon. I can find the link and leave it in the description below if you're interested in it. It's a Japanese paste. So I of course don't know the name off the tube, since the tube is all in Japanese. I do not know Japanese, so there. That will do for this tree. We'll see what it does over the summer. And beyond that, everything looks good on this tree. It's healing up over here nicely. Yeah, everything that was cut last year is healing nicely. So I assume this stuff will heal pretty nicely. So if you enjoyed, like, subscribe, hit the bell. See you next time.